Alright, what's up y'all? Matt here again. What's up? I am back with another PS5 next gen video for you guys today. Gonna be talking about the PS5 event that happened a couple days ago. Now that the dust is settled, now that the hype is kind of settled down around it and, you know, kind of think about it more, kind of want to get my general impressions of it, what I think about the PS5 and the event overall right now, and what I think could happen in the future. So yeah, let's get into it. I guess I really don't need to do much of an introduction to the PS5 and the event that happened a couple days ago. On Thursday, we got our first big preview and look at the PS5. We got to see the games. We got to see the console. It's been a long time coming because it's unfortunately been delayed a lot due to all the stuff going on outside of it, but it eventually happened. And yeah, wow, that was quite an event right there. That was definitely quite an event. It was really good. That's what I'm trying to say. It was a really good event. It was super good sauce. This was a very, very good first impression of the PS5 here. You know, I got to see everything that I wanted to see to get me hyped for this console. You know, I got to see the games, I got to see the console, got to see the features. Not much about the price. We didn't get to see that. I'll get into that in a minute. But from what I saw here, I am pretty hyped, and that's what it was set up to do. So in my eyes, it was a success, and it seems like it's that for most people too, because this was like the most viewed gaming live stream of all time. There was like 7 million people watching it at a certain point during it, which is crazy to think about. And, you know, it just shows how hyped people are for this thing, and, you know, I think because people have been waiting so long, I think that also feeds into it, because we've just been waiting for so long with this thing. It was kind of getting frustrating, but now we finally get to see it, and it was great. And of course, it was much better than the Xbox conference that they held. You know, this is much better in contrast to that, because the Xbox event didn't really have much gameplay. It was filled with developer interviews and, you know, just cinematic trailers and not stuff we didn't want to see. That was not it. But with this, we just got the games, let them speak for themselves. We did get a couple of interviews here and there, but they were sparse, and it wasn't the main focus. It was just showing the games, man. I think that's what Sony does best, and it was much more content-filled than the Xbox event. There was like 10 times more games shown off in this little thing, and much more bigger reveals. There was some mid stuff going on in there, of course. You know, there's every event has that. There's not a meme from that, but for the most part, again, it was really, really great. So let me go over the individual games that I kind of want to talk about most and my general impressions of that. When that Rockstar logo first showed up, I'm like, holy shit, what? And then they showed GTA 5, and I'm like, God fucking damn it. They knew what they were doing when they were showing that Rockstar logo at the beginning. Not fond of that. But right after that, we got freaking Spider-Man Miles Morales. Holy crap. But there was some drama that happened with that, though. You know, a couple hours after the event ended, Sony came out and said, oh, hey, this is not a full sequel. No, it's just sort of like expansion to the original game. You know, it's kind of wording it, it's like DLC almost, you know. And when I read that, I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? It said for the port of Spider-Man to the PS5, which is happening, by the way, this is going to be an expansion to it. So I'm like, fucking god damn it. But then they eventually clarified, oh, this is going to be an individual game, but it's just going to be more like, think of Uncharted Lost Legacy, you know, that kind of game. It was an individual game, but it was built off a lot of what was in Uncharted 4. That's going to be what this is. My hype is returned slightly. It's not a full sequel, but I'm still pretty hyped about it. It seems like this is going to be a PS5 exclusive. I would buy the console just for this, you know what I mean? I am honestly tempted to buy the console at launch just for this one game, because Spider-Man on the PS4, ooh, that was my shit. That was literally my shit. I just want to play the sequel to that. I want to get some more content with that, and to play as Miles Morales. Dude, that's gonna be mind-blowing, man. He looks so good. He looks so good in there. That hairline. Spider-Man Miles Morales. That's probably the most hyped game that I had here, and that was like the first thing they showed off, which was crazy. So I might be buying the console day one just for that little thing, depending on the price. But we'll get into that in a minute. Then they showed Gran Turismo 7, and hey, racing games exist. Woo! And then we get Ratchet Clank. Bro, another game that I love the shit out of. I just love all the stuff that Insomniac is putting out right now. Ratchet Clank 2016. That was one of my favorite games of that year. It was amazing. It was a great platformer, and I think it was a good reimagining of the whole Ratchet Clank thing. I knew they were going to make a sequel to it. We all knew they were going to do it, but now we finally get to see it, and dude, this thing looks insane. You know, it's called Rift Apart, and it seems like, at least for some part of the game, Ratchet and Clank are going to be separated, and Clank is going to be with this new character who, oh my god, the fan art for this one girl has gone insane. Oh man, Twitter was a weird place. It was a very weird place for a bit. It seems like it takes advantage of a lot of this, like, PS5 features, like that SSD. You know, they have those little rift things, and you can just go through them, and you're in a different environment and stuff like that, and just on the fly, you know, because of that SSD. It loads it super fast. So I think that's going to be a great example of how that SSD is going to be used. I'm really hyped about that. The gameplay they showed off just looks a lot like Ratchet Clank 2016 in that gameplay, and that was great. So it seems like it's going to be a lot of improvements on that with the whole Rift feature and stuff. So really excited about that. I think it's going to be a great game, just like the last one was. And just Insomniac, dang, they're pulling out with this thing, man. Insomniac, they're just going to pull up with all the PS5 games. And, you know, they're a Sony-owned studio now, so now they get all that backing from them, and it's just going to be so good. Then we have Square Enix, which, hey, when you see a Square Enix logo, your boy gets crazy. And it wasn't for 16 or 7 Remake Part 2, but it was this thing called Project Athia. And I think this is the game that has been talked about that's in development from that Eternal studio that Square Enix just made with Hajime Tabata or something like that. I think that's what they're working on here, and it may turn out to be Final Fantasy 16. I doubt it, but we'll have to wait and see, though. But we get a Square Enix game coming to the PS5. Looks great. It seems like it's going to be exclusive. Hype. Then there was this game called Kena Bridge of Spirits, and it looks very, very interesting to me. I think this is something I'm probably going to try out because the art style looks really, really nice as well. It kind of reminds me a lot of like a Laika movie, but just like not stop motion, but, you know, kind of that similar art style. It kind of reminds me of Kubo, you know, kind of reminded me of Pikmin a little bit with those little black creatures or whatever those were. From what I saw of it, the gameplay looks interesting. Art style looks interesting. Then there's this thing called Goodbye Volcano Eye, and the fuck was this? This is a furry game. It's a furry game that takes place at a high school with dolphins or some shit. Oh my god, it looks so crazy. It's 14-year-old Tumblr, the game. It's one of those stereotypical indie games that came out like 6 years ago, but it's coming out now. I don't even know what the fuck this game is. They didn't show any gameplay of it and didn't explain what it was. It's just kind of seemed like a story simulator of some sort. But the trailer, man, oh god, it was cringe. Oh, the dislikes on the trailer, they're bad. They flopped on this. They shouldn't have showed this at this event. They really shouldn't have showed this here. Yeah, we're not going to be playing this shit. Then there was some new Oddworld stuff, which I've never played the original. I've been meaning to get on that, but, you know, this game looks interesting enough. You know, I should probably get on that based on what this trailer is showing me. I want to play this game. Then there was some Sweat, the Demon Souls remake, which everyone was talking about before it actually was revealed, because it was essentially confirmed before it happened. But it's nice to see that it's here. Never played any of the Dark Souls or Demon Souls games because I suck at video games, and I just know how that's gonna go. Then there's Resident Evil 8 Village. Don't play Resident Evil either. God, I need to get onto playing some of these games, man. I'm so behind on everything. Again, being an adult sucks, guys. Don't do it. New game from Capcom, which, watching it, you swore to God this was from Kojima, because it had the exact same kind of feel to it. You know, they're in New York City, but everyone's dead except for this girl and a cat. And then the sky turns out to be just a simulation or something, and then they go to the moon, and it's called Pragmata. It's called Pragmata, guys. In the not Kojima game. Whoop, whoop. And then we ended the games off with a look at Horizon 2 Forbidden West. God damn it, I didn't play Horizon Zero Dawn either, man. Dang it! But from what I saw here, the game looks great. It looks really nice. It looks really pretty. The graphics with the vibrant colors, detailed looking environments and stuff like that. This seems like it's going to be a very good visual spectacle, if anything else, which I guess the original Horizon was really kind of like that too. Hyped from what I see here, and I guess I'll be more hyped when I eventually complete Horizon Zero Dawn. But to end the conference off altogether, we got our first full look at the actual design of the PS5 itself. And dang, is it interesting looking. That's for sure. Holy, what is this thing? We got Sauron's eye castle looking thing here for a console design. This thing looks so weird, man. You know, I don't think you can lay this thing on its side, like without the stand, because seeing pictures of it laying on its side, but I think you have to have the stand in order to do that. And I just don't like that kind of thing. You know, I just like having it be a flat design where you can place it anywhere. You don't have to have any special equipment for it or anything like that. That's what I like about the PS4. This is not that. This is clearly not that. Even with the discless version, you know, digital only thing, it looks, I don't know. I may need some time to get used to it. It looks very interesting. It looks exactly like those fake like PS4 leak videos that you saw on YouTube back in the day. Similar vein to this, it looks very futuristic. I guess I won't knock that, but man, this thing looks very interesting. And it seems like we're going to get a lot of stuff in the box too. Like, we're going to get the controller, obviously, but it seems like we're also going to get headphones and a remote control for like media and some other things like that. Which, hey, this thing's going to be a full package. I guess there you go. Oh yeah, there's fan art of this too. But something else that was notably omitted was the price. And that was very much on purpose, obviously, because this thing's gonna be expensive as fuck. I think we all know that at this point. I think we've all accepted that. Looking at the horsepower that this thing's packing and the specs of this thing, there's no way this thing's gonna be less than 500. I don't see a way for this to happen. It even looks super futuristic and like this thing's gonna be a high quality brand or something like that. Maybe the digital edition will be less than 500. Maybe they'll go with that. I don't know. But I think base line level price will be $500 based on what they're packing here. Also, I've seen some like leaks going around of like even more storage added to it, like a 2TB SSD. That's like $650. Holy crap. Storage, I knew this was going to be a problem with the PS5, but if that's true, then yeah, that's definitely going to be happening. Unless they're confident that they can make up for it in software sales, which, hey, they got good software. So if they can go with that and make that risk, go for it. But we're in tough economic times right now, and I don't know if they can rely on that. But maybe since we're also in these hard economic times and people can't really afford a $500 console, they may take it down just to increase sales a little bit. I don't know. But yeah, that was my general impressions of the PS5 event right there. Again, overall, really liked it. Got a really good first impression of it. Design of the console, yeah. The games they showed off were really good for the most part, and it's got me even more excited for what the PS5 is going to have, and that's what it set out to do, and so it was a success in my eyes, and I can't wait to see what they have to show next, because they say they have a lot more stuff to show. So we'll see how that goes. So yeah, tell me down in the comments below what you think about all this. What are your opinions on the PS5 event? Did you like it? Did you not like it? What are your favorite moments? Do you like the design of the console? Do you think that the console is going to be expensive? All of your thoughts, tell me down in the comments below your opinion. Also, make sure to subscribe, like this video, follow me on Twitter, join the Discord server. Really awesome if you did. This has been Matt, and I'll see you guys in the next video, whatever that's going to be. So yeah,